So, today I'm going to be introducing you to the main protagonist from my animated series, Sunlit Moon. It's a fantasy adventure story aimed at teens and adults, and it follows three characters on an adventure across the world of Soluna. It explores themes of identity, masculinity, connection to nature, found family, and touches on religion as well. Oh, and magic. Lots of magic. If that sounds interesting to you, I think you should consider subscribing. Currently, all my videos are going to be about this project, and subscribing is the best way to keep seeing updates on the project. I also have an Instagram where you can see the pictures I draw alongside extra art I don't post to YouTube. Now, let me introduce you to Percival Solaris, aka Percy. 21-year-old Percy doesn't quite fit in with the other inhabitants of his home city. His pointy antlers and long tail make him a little more clumsy than the average person. Doorways never seem to be made with antlers in mind, and his tail gets in people's way sometimes. He's ordinarily pretty quiet, not speaking unless he has something specific to say. He's a thinker and a listener. He has a tendency to get grumpy sometimes, and there are very few things he hates more than going outside and talking to people. By day, Percy works at Luminea City's biggest and most prestigious library. He spends his time quietly organizing books, keeping things tidy, and occasionally sneaking into the archives to find sources for his secret research, the technically illegal study of ancient magic. Percy is a workaholic. He lives for his research, and he won't stop to take a break until he is literally collapsing from lack of sleep or food. He's the sort of person who randomly starts feeling horrifically violently ill, and then immediately assumes he's going to die, when in reality he's just tired or hungry. In Percy's spare time, after work and all through the night, he sits in his one-bedroom flat to read, write, and hypothesize. The ancient sources he reads aren't really taken seriously by historians, discarded as folk tales or religious beliefs rather than real scientific occurrences, but according to a very small number of ancient texts, the world of Soluna once held magic. It existed as particles or energy in the air, and inside every living thing. The ancient people that once roamed the lands used this energy to do all sorts of things, from manipulating elements to creating new things entirely, to even healing sickness or wounds. Use of magic within Soluna has been outlawed for thousands of years, but it's a law that hasn't really been enforced for as long as the public can remember, because magic doesn't really exist, does it? And that's basically everything I can say at the moment. There's a lot more to Percy's story that I'm just not ready to share yet, because a lot of things are still sort of in the works. A lot of things are changing, a lot of things are just not set in stone yet, and I don't want to give any information that could potentially change. So for now, yeah, that's Percy, that's who he is. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I could give a couple of notes on his design. I wanted to design a character that felt very sort of woodland-y and whimsical, if that makes sense. You know, something that sort of looked like it didn't belong in a city. Because, well, Percy doesn't belong in the city. It's where he lives, but for now, he feels very, very out of place there. Not that he feels any more in place once he gets out of the city, but I wanted a character who sort of looked a little bit weird, a little bit awkward, a character that almost didn't really make sense. I mean, in the lore, of his story, he's not sure what he is. No one really knows what Percy is, he's just Percy. And that was something I did intentionally because I just find the idea of this guy being a completely unknown creature kind of interesting. I don't know that it's something that's actually going to be explored in a great level of depth, because I also don't think it needs to be. He can just be a weird guy. He doesn't need to be some crazy magical, what he is doesn't have to impact the story, because who he is what impacts the story, if that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I really hope I wasn't too painful to listen to. I'm still very new to recording and being okay with my voice. I'm also really sorry if there's any background noise. I'm sitting in the back of a car right now, recording this in a car park outside of a Sainsbury's. So, I hope that this is okay to listen to. I hope it wasn't too painful. I hope you like him. He's my little silly guy. I don't know. Please let me know if you have any questions or anything you want to hear me talk about more. Let me know if you like the video. Yeah. I'm gonna go now. Bye.